Have you ever stopped for a moment and thought, I'm a good law-abiding person? Most people would proudly say yes. But what if I told you that without even realizing it, you might be breaking the law almost every single day? Not because you're bad or careless, but because the modern world has built a web of invisible rules. Rules so small, so subtle, that even the most honest among us cross them without noticing. Today we walk through the strange truth, 12 everyday things that seem harmless, normal, even polite, but in the eyes of the law they can turn you into an offender without intent. It's not fear I bring you, it's awareness. Awareness that protects you, keeps you wise, and sharpens your mind on the daily path to strength. Let's begin. Imagine you're sitting at a cafe or your friend's house. Your phone connects automatically to their Wi-Fi. You scroll through Instagram, check your emails, maybe even download an update. Seems innocent, doesn't it? But in many countries, using someone's Wi-Fi without explicit permission is legally viewed as unauthorized access, essentially the same as hacking. You didn't steal data or money, but the law doesn't always see intention, it sees action. It's crazy, but it's real. Even if you're just checking the weather, that simple connection might technically break a computer law. So the lesson here isn't fear, it's mindfulness. Be aware of what belongs to you and what doesn't. Respect boundaries, even digital ones. Strength begins with respect. Now think of all those times you downloaded a movie, a song, or a book from a site that looked a little too generous. Just one time, you told yourself. Everyone does it. But downloading or streaming copyrighted material without permission is illegal in most countries. It doesn't matter that you're not reselling it or making profit. What matters is the act. People have been fined thousands for a single movie download. Those free streaming or torrenting sites might feel harmless, but they're built on breaking trust and intellectual property. And the truth is, everything we take without right chips away at our own integrity. A person of strength doesn't look for shortcuts. They look for the right way, even when no one's watching. Remember that. Next, think about recording someone without their knowledge. Maybe it's a funny moment, a heated argument, or something you thought you'd show your friends later. Yet in many places, recording someone in a private setting without consent is illegal. It's considered an invasion of privacy, even if you never post it online. Every person deserves the dignity of knowing when their voice or image is being captured. In a world where everyone carries a camera, self-discipline becomes a rare virtue. Before you hit record, ask yourself, am I being respectful? Because mastery of life starts with mastering impulse. Respect others' space the way you wish yours to be respected. Number 4 might sting a little. We've all done it. Taking a meme, a picture, or a video from someone else's post and sharing it as our own. It feels so small, so casual. But in truth, that's copyright theft. Even screenshots or reposts can count. The original creator owns that content, and using it without permission or credit violates their rights. In a digital world, ownership is invisible but powerful. Always give credit, or better, create your own. Because real strength doesn't imitate, it originates. The next one is surprisingly common. Selling something you don't actually own yet. Maybe you list concert tickets or a pre-order item, planning to buy it later. Sounds clever, right? But legally, it can be considered fraud. Advertising something you don't possess misleads buyers, and the law sees that as deceitful, even if your intention was good. So don't play games with truth. Wait until the product is in your hands. A strong mind builds reputation through honesty, not shortcuts. Let's move to number 6, using cracked or pirated software. Those free versions of Photoshop, Windows, or games that come with a secret crack might seem like a gift, but they're stolen property. Using them breaks copyright law, and worse, they often hide malware or spyware that can steal your personal data. You're not just breaking a rule, you're opening the door to thieves who feed on carelessness. Think of your computer as your temple. Don't let corrupted energy in for the sake of saving a few dollars. Protect your space because discipline is wealth. 7. Jaywalking or small traffic violations. Everyone does it. Crossing the street where there's no signal, tinting car windows too dark, glancing at your phone for directions while driving. But every one of those acts can be illegal depending on where you live. And while they feel harmless, laws exist for a reason, to protect lives, including yours. The difference between a moment of hurry and a lifetime of regret can be one step into the street. Awareness saves. The wise don't rush, they move with purpose. Number 8, using random photos from Google for your thumbnails or ads. If you've ever made a YouTube video, presentation, or post and just grabbed the first photo you liked, that's technically illegal too. Every image online belongs to someone. Using it without permission, especially for content that earns money, can lead to copyright strikes or lawsuits. The smart solution? Use royalty-free or licensed photos, or take your own. Your originality is your shield. Create with your own hands, and no one can take it from you. Number 9, sharing your Netflix or Spotify password. This one hits close to home because it feels so normal. Family, friends, everyone sharing one account. But it's actually against the company's terms of service, and in some countries classified as unauthorized access. Netflix has already started cracking down, and others will follow. It's a gray zone now, but not for long. The deeper point is this: integrity is what you do when no one's policing you. Pay for what you use, support what you love. That's the mindset of growth. 10. Collecting people's information without permission. If you've ever run a project, a survey, or a small business and collected names or emails without asking, that's illegal under privacy laws like GDPR. Even storing someone's data without consent can lead to trouble. It sounds harmless, but privacy is sacred in the digital world. Always ask before you collect. Always protect what's shared. A strong leader earns trust by safeguarding others. 11. Using music or movie clips in your videos without permission. Content creators, listen carefully. Even a few seconds of a song or film can trigger copyright claims. YouTube bots can strike or delete your channel for it. Always use royalty-free music or platforms that give you proper rights. You may think no one will notice, but algorithms always do. Think long-term. Protect your creative energy so it continues to grow, not crumble under careless choices. And finally, 12. Reading someone else's messages or emails. Maybe you just picked up a phone to check something, but curiosity pulled you in. Maybe it's your partner's chat, a friend's inbox, or a colleague's messages. It feels harmless, but it's technically unauthorized access in many places. Even among loved ones, privacy matters. Trust is sacred soil. Once disturbed, it rarely grows the same again. So if you want peace, don't invade what isn't yours to see. Close the phone. Let respect speak louder than suspicion. Here's the truth, my friend. You've probably broken a law today. I have too. We all have at some point. And that doesn't make us criminals. It makes us human in a world overflowing with invisible rules. The real problem isn't that we slip, it's that we stop caring. Awareness is what separates the ordinary from the wise. You see, every little law, every small act of respect is a mirror of how we treat boundaries, ownership, and integrity. These aren't just laws of men, they're reflections of spiritual discipline. The person who respects the unseen laws of society also respects the unseen laws of life. When you honor what's not yours, when you pause before acting, when you choose awareness over impulse, you grow. You strengthen the invisible muscle of mindfulness. That's what makes you powerful in a noisy world that thrives on ignorance. So next time you borrow Wi-Fi, repost a meme, or download a song, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's easy or because it's right? The answer you give defines your path. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be conscious of your choices, your impact, and the ripple you leave behind. You don't need fear to follow the law. You need respect. Respect for yourself, for others, and for the unseen order that keeps life in harmony. Because the one who walks the path of awareness walks freely, unburdened by guilt, guided by clarity, anchored in truth. That is what it means to be truly strong. So now I'll ask you, which one of these surprised you the most? Be honest. Share it below. Because admitting what we didn't know is how growth begins. And if you learned something new today, take a second to like this video. It helps more people discover this message. Subscribe to Daily Path to Strength for more eye-opening insights, more life lessons, and more reflections that sharpen your awareness and deepen your discipline. Remember, wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about noticing what most people ignore. Stay alert, stay humble, stay strong. And as Master SHI HENG says, the one who conquers himself breaks no law, for his heart is already free.